Blame it on midnight. Blame on me. Oh. Every time it's still damn good. I haven't gotten to you yet. Every time that we truly have you call, you were quicker than their thoughts. You just turned your back and walked. Oh, I would never do you wrong. The sweet thing was never played too long. They all couldn't play. Then you spit on the side. Oh, it's the end. We came together. No one standing in your way. Turning on the charm. Patrick, you blocked me earlier. You blocked me. I come out to play and you blocked me. Walking beside you, since you've been able to see. Reason for you to think about me. Never been any reason. Head east. Love this song. Did you give me any class? Did you be my companion? Is there even a chance? I've been walking behind miracles, still been able to show. There's never been any reason for never telling me why. Yeah, yeah. My life, I'm going down for the last time. It just shows how you guys watch me all the time. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Good feeling I had in such a long time. Boom, 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 boom. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Oh, save my life, I'm going down for the last time. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time. You're not in a very good way, are you, Patrick? Huh? what they call you're not a very happy camper. Are you camping? You're trying to.
Civilian federal service follows countless paths, each road unique, each journey distinct. Group term life insurance from WakeUp has the coverage and benefits to protect you and your loved ones wherever Fed life leads. WakeUp, for feds, by feds. Chris Plant here, inviting you to join me this July on our Listener Sea Cruise to Iceland. Travel in absolute luxury, meet new like-minded friends, and hang out with me. Visit ChrisPlantCruise.com to book today.
All 67 victims have been recovered from the Potomac. Unified Command says 66 have been identified. Parts of the plane will continue to be lifted out of the water through tonight and unloaded tomorrow.
Can you be even more grumpier than you are there, Patrick Rowe?
Right wing,
I guess that
many parts of the forward cabin and cockpit, the tail cone, and rudder.
I guess if I had a chopper and my license was revoked because I'm too drunk, I got caught drinking and driving and they took my license, I'd be fucking pissed too. You sit there and look at that motorcycle and you can't even drive it. It's pretty sad. Too drunk to get on the fucker to go to the bar. That's pretty fucking ignorant. Patrick. Yay, come out and play. Huh? Patrick. Oh, Patrick, you're just a sad soul, Patrick. Patrick, can't you find anything better to do? Why are you so sad, Patrick? Huh? What do you hope to accomplish? Tell me that. You have a mission here, or what? What do you plan on accomplishing, Patrick? You would just want me to fucking ban you so you can't post, or what? I just remove your comment. That's the best thing to do. You're not chatting, you're attacking. You're not chatting with anybody. All you're doing is chastising. Henpecking. You're a henpecker. That's all you do. You're not chatting. You're not chatting. You're not having a conversation with anybody. All you do is attack people. That's all you do. All you do is find fault with everybody. Why you even here? Why you even care, Patrick?
He thinks the only reason they want to return is because they have no other option.
Patrick, why do you get mad when I don't show you up on the screen? How come you get mad when I don't show you on the screen? Why you do that? Why you think you got to be up here so everybody can see you? Now, the owner has that option. Yes, you are attacking. That's all you do is attack. All you do is find fault with. You don't say anything good about anybody. All you do is fucking blat and whine and cry. You're another Rum. You're another Paul fucking bitch life from over in England. Those dumb fucks. I don't even talk about you. I don't address you. You're in that other chat, and while you're in JC's chat too, you're always bringing up mine. I don't talk about you. Son of a bitch. My nose is running.
Disabled vehicles with watch out for. On delayed 123 westbound. Way to Fair Oaks, I'm from the Fairfax County Park. We did this at 2:34, but the earlier accident in Fauquier County at Old Tavern Road has now been cleared. Crash on 95 southbound at the Fairfax County Parkway has been cleared, but it is still slow southbound on and off from the Beltway. All the express lanes remain closed southbound between Dumfries and Quantico due to the long-standing accident. Now from GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Watch 7 forecast.
Winds will ease this evening and into the overnight. Tomorrow, cloudy skies with wintry mix likely by evening, highs 35 to 40. And then rain on Thursday. We're back to the 50s. I'm 7 News meteorologist Steve Ruby, the First Alert Weather Center.
52 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
105.9 FM and streaming worldwide of the WMAL app. Mark Levine. We once again made contact with our leader of them. But confidence in Donald Trump is a very smart man. And anyone who underestimates his intelligence, his savvy, his wisdom, well, it's not going to end well for you. I've known that he is a very smart man. I never realized how incredibly brilliant he is. I am now reaching the full realization that Donald Trump is brilliant. And after I lay out what has played out before our very eyes over the last 2 weeks, what he has been able to accomplish in Washington, D.C., and how the left, the Democrats, the crazies, the AOCs, the Chuck Schumers, yeah, the really crazy ones like Jake Tapper, the way they're reacting to him, when you hear me make my case here, I think you will finally agree as well. He is, what did he call himself? A very stable genius. He is a very stable genius. And we've seen it all right before our eyes without even noticing what he's done. It's been effortless. I'll explain in a moment. It's 877-381-3811. It's the Mark Levin Show. My name's Larry O'Connor. I'm filling in for the great one, Mark Levin, today. I know. I love listening to the Mark Levin Show, except on those days when you suddenly hear a voice that doesn't sound like this. I hate it when I do my Mark Levin impersonation. I love Mark Levin. He's great. He's wonderful. No one else can do what he does. And so I'm sorry. Let me start by saying I'm just sorry I'm not Mark Levin, but I am Larry O'Connor, and it's going to be a great show. We've got so much to talk about because the left finally, they've sort of awoken from their slumber, their comatose state after losing the election in November, and they're right back to their tricks. They've learned nothing except they have a different target for their rage. They have a different target for their insanity. They're barely focusing on Donald Trump. This is where the genius lies. I had no idea how brilliant Donald Trump was, but he's somehow done this. Love to hear from you at 877-381-3811. I'm the morning show host, by the way, on WMAL, the talk radio station in Washington, D.C., the one and only WMAL, the most important talk radio station in the country. Thank you for listening tonight, and walk down this path with me, will you? Donald Trump, of course, has staged the greatest political comeback of our lifetimes in winning the presidential election after being in the political wilderness for 4 years, where the left, Democrats, institutional Republicans like Liz Cheney, where is she these days, by the way? That's something else, isn't it? Tried to throw everything they could at him, tried to impeach him twice, tried to throw him in jail, tried to keep his name off the ballot, riled up anger and hatred in this country against this man to such a fevered pitch that a maniac whom we still have really no understanding of who he was, what his background was, and what motivated him other than the hatred for the second coming of Hitler. This maniac actually shot a rifle at Donald Trump's face with a bullet grazing his ear. This is all that they threw at this man. And yet he still won that election. But that was pure, raw talent, right? Talent and strategy and communication skills and being telegenic and being able to understand the media and being able to work a crowd and being able to make certain common sense arguments to American voters. about what's broken and what needs to be fixed. It really was that simple. But that doesn't take brilliance. It doesn't take genius to win an election. I mean, look at Barack Obama. Look at Joe Biden, for that matter. No, you don't have to be a genius to win a presidential election. But what Donald Trump has done in these 2 weeks is nothing short of Einstein-level president of Mensa genius. Wrapping up in Washington, D.C. Over the last several minutes was a rally, a Democrat-led rally and protest in front of the USAID office, USAID, the slush fund money laundering scheme that Democrats and woke lefties and institutional rhino Republicans have set up to sort of do their bidding over the last several decades. It started out with a fine intention, this USAID thing, but now it's
Son of a bitch.
Slush fund. It's like a Soros political action fund without George Soros being in charge of it. Although, for all I know, he has been in charge of it. The people who do seem to run USAID seem very reluctant to defend themselves right now. They're just outraged that they can't continue to spend American tax dollars in whatever reason they seem fit. We'll get to USAID a little later, but the rally was right there in front of USAID, this rally that the Democrats have staged, screaming the typical invective and saying that we're going to fight in the streets and you're not going to get any peace and all the typical stuff. They've learned nothing. They've learned nothing, except there's something different this time. They're still making the same mistakes. They're still trying to demonize their political opponents, but most of the ire, most of the hatred, most of the venom, most of the slander, most of the defamation, most of the name calling, most of the fear mongering, this time was not directed at Orange Hitler. This time it wasn't directed at Donald Trump. This time it wasn't directed at the man who is the illegitimate president in the White House. No. This time they're focusing all their energies, all their ire, all their hatred in a man who didn't even win elected office, doesn't even hold an official position in the government. All of their hatred is focused on Elon Musk, a man who literally doesn't care. He is literally the richest man on the planet. Everything that he's wanted to accomplish, he's been able to accomplish. He wanted to reinvent the automotive industry, and he did it. He wanted to reinvent aerospace, and he did it. He wants to colonize Mars, and if you're betting against him, you're a fool, because he's going to do it. Do you think he cares what Ayanna Pressley thinks of him? Do you think he cares what Jamie Raskin thinks of him? He doesn't even know who these people are. And somehow Donald Trump has positioned Elon Musk to be the boogeyman. See, understand something. If Elon Musk weren't heading up this effort to, I'm sorry, let me check my notes. What is this outrageous thing he's doing again? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's examining the executive branch of government and agencies that have gone unchecked and unaudited and unaccountable for decades, and demanding to know where their money is going, who's making the decisions to distribute that money, and to audit the very agencies that are sucking dry billions of dollars of your tax dollars. That's what he's doing, all under the guise of fascism, oligarchy, of grand control. Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's for government efficiency. That's what he's guilty of. That's what they oppose. So understand something. If Trump had not put Elon Musk in charge of doing this, it would still be getting done. Maybe it would be Russ Vought, director of OMB. Maybe Russ Vought would have one of his deputies do it. Maybe Trump would have one of his cabinet secretaries do it. Maybe Trump would do it out of the White House. It doesn't matter. He's put Elon Musk in charge, who literally could care less, or is it couldn't care less, about what's said about him. They literally can't do anything to him. And suddenly all the attention is on Musk. It's still getting done. Trump's sitting in the Oval Office. He's getting results. And think about it for a minute. He gets to sit back and get these results and get his agenda advanced, which, by the way, bonus feature is exactly what the American people want him to do. You know, it's always nice when a president's agenda actually coincides with not only what he promised the voters he would do, but what the voters expected him to do. I know it's weird for us. We're not used to it. So he gets to get his agenda passed. And then when everyone starts screaming about it, think about the two things they're screaming about. Number one, they're screaming that government agencies are being held accountable for their actions, and they're being forced to account for their expenditures and the way they've been spending taxpayer dollars. And the Democrats have stepped into this trap. They find it outrageous that these agencies have to answer to anyone. They find it outrageous that these agencies have to actually account for how they're spending billions of your taxpayer dollars. So not only has he actually put the Democrats in a position to oppose such a common sense, rational thing, but they've also personalized it all to Elon Musk, not to Donald Trump. Oh, sure, they throw the regular invective at Donald Trump, but it's not nearly what they're throwing at Elon Musk. Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader, you could argue probably the most powerful Democrat left standing right now. He goes to the Senate floor today. The very important initiative. He's going to push back and try to stop Elon Musk. Not Donald Trump. Elon Musk. Cut 3. Here's Chuck Schumer.
If the founding fathers were to be like Doge, a small group of them would get together and just dictate what should have been done in America. It didn't. They set up a Congress. They set up debate. And the American people, mark my words, the American people will not stand for an unelected secret group to run rampant through the executive branch. Being innovative is good, but Mr. Musk, this isn't a tech startup. These are public institutions that deal with things like Social Security and Medicare and national defense and provide for the well-being of the American people. And the American people have a right to be part of that debate. The elections occurred, and one viewpoint got a few more votes than the other, but that doesn't mean we throw out democracy. So that is why this week, Leader Jeffries and I will join together to push legislation to prevent unlawful meddling in the Treasury Department's payment system.
Wow, there you go. I'm sure that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are quaking their boots. Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer this week, later, when they get around to it, will push legislation to prevent unlawful meddling in the Treasury Department's payment system. Well, that'll show them. That'll show them. And did you hear Donald Trump's name mentioned anywhere there? No. It's all about Elon Musk. Democrats are opposing accountability. They're opposing wasteful spending. They're opposing an audit. They're opposing holding executive branch agencies accountable for their actions and their expenditures. They're against all of that. I mean, we've known that, but now they're actually saying it out loud. They're rallying about it. They're holding press conferences about it. They're pushing legislation about it. And they focused on one person, not Donald Trump. They focused it all on Elon Musk. How did Trump do this? How does he keep doing this? It's freaking brilliant. And listen, this is what they've decided to focus. They finally have gotten their strength. They finally decided, okay, we've got to start pushing back. We've got to resist. We're going to resist accountability in the federal government. How dare you touch these agencies? Everything's going great, guys. And when they try to humanize it and they try to stand up for the little guy who's really getting beat up, the little guy is a federal bureaucrat. A federal bureaucrat whose main complaint right now is he's being asked to come back to the office to work 5 days a week. And they're angry that they're getting 8 months severance as a buyout package to leave their job. Does that sound anything like your work experience? Like your relationship with your boss, like your severance package? Yeah, I didn't think so. But Democrats, they're looking out for the little guy. They're looking out for that bureaucrat. Trump did this, and it's brilliant. And I'd love for you to react. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. It's all Elon Musk's fault. And they are laughing. They're laughing their way to the next victory. 877-381-3811. I'm Larry O'Connor, in for the great one, Mark Levin.
What? News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Mark Levin here for a trusted sponsor, Advantage Gold. Been reported that from January 2000 to January 2025, the Dow increased 260%, the S&P 500 320%, the Nasdaq 380%, but gold outperformed them all with an incredible 800% growth. So $100,000 investment, let's say an IRA, could have grown to $900,000 or more. See, gold has always been a valuable asset for protection. I trust Advantage Gold because they're rated one of America's top gold companies by TrustLink for 9 consecutive years and have handled over $1 billion in retirement transactions. Right now, they're offering a free guide on protecting your wealth with gold. No cost, no obligation. Just call 800-900-8000. Get your free protection kit. That's 800-900-8000. The guide could make a huge difference in your financial future at absolutely no cost to you. 800-900-8000. Call them now. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Still a slow go on 95 southbound in the main lane between the Beltway and Quantico, and northbound is slow from Garrisonville acquired towards Dumfries Road. Express lanes southbound between Dumfries Road and Quantico Triangle are still closed due to a long-standing accident. Traffic is jammed from Dale City. All express traffic must exit at Virginia 619 to enter the through lane. An accident on 395 southbound at King Street moved to the right shoulder. Still slow traffic from Washington Boulevard, and northbound is jammed up from 110 to the 14th Street Bridge. Out from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Tonight, becoming cloudy, lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, cloudy with a wintry mix by evening, highs in the upper 30s.
Imagine the hospital experience. There's a constant parade of serious doctors, countless tests, and a serious diagnosis. Scary surgeries are followed by painful recoveries. You're in the hospital for days, weeks, months. Now imagine you're a child. This is why Starlight exists. Starlight programs help kids in the hospital cope, build resilience, bolster confidence, and change their outlook, because happiness matters. Visit starlight.org to learn more.
We're the stronger than we look type. I've had type 1 diabetes since I was 2. The braver than you think type.
I have to take insulin shots every single day.
The type that will stop at nothing.
No more blood sugar tests.
Absolutely nothing.
No more complications.
Until type 1 becomes type none.
Support JDRF's life-changing research, and one day you'll say, I helped turn type 1 into type none. Join us now at jdrf.org.
Mic drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ridley. It's raw.
Any single time that you left the wire, you could lose 4 guys.
It's unfiltered.
That's the most horrible screaming I'd ever heard. Taking a hit, chin, you want to pay it back?
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
Would I choose to not do our duty as military fighting men? No, I would not make that decision without question.
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Your phone has a lot of apps, but how many of them help you make sense of your world? The new WMAL app gives you the latest headlines, perspective from the voices you trust, and weather info to keep you in the know, all without having to remember yet another password.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Read your favorite shows, get the day's top headlines, and access our podcast archive, all with the new WMAL app.
Thank you.
Get the WMAL app today on Google Play or the Apple App Store, and stay connected.
Why did I wait so long to see a retina specialist?
Retinal disease can steal your eyesight, but it doesn't have to. Patients who seek care from a retina specialist have the best chance of preventing vision loss due to age-related macular degeneration or diabetic retinopathy. AMD symptoms to look out for are distortion or warping of straight lines, as well as blurred or loss of central vision. Patients with diabetic retinopathy should seek treatment if they notice the appearance of spots or floaters or blurred and distorted vision. Visit seeforalifetime.org.
Every time I feel my baby kick, I sing. You don't understand. I never sing. I'm not good at singing. I'm the only person I know who's been booed off a karaoke stage. But that was before I was pregnant. Today, I'm a singer with a captive audience of one. She doesn't boo me. She never will. We know how it feels. We're the March of Dimes. Find out how we can help you have a healthier baby at marchofdimesbaby.org.
Making sense of Washington.
So it happened again? Is that what you're telling me? Yet another gift of this program now has a job in the Trump administration.
Vince Colonnade, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
The Trump transition team is spending a lot of time on WMAL.com looking at all of the guests who have appeared on this program, which does bring a smile to my face. I do like that good people are getting good jobs.
Vince Colonnade, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. The Vince Colonnade Show, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
I'm kind of sitting at a great one, Mark with Vince, and I just spent a little time sort of laying out exactly how brilliant Donald Trump is here. Because not only is he getting stuff done, he's forced the Democrats now to defend the bloated, unaccountable bureaucracy. Like they're anyone not in the liberal university. If they their existence, they're accountable for their budgets and the money they're spending, and it's also about their takers from their new CEO. Not only have you got the Democrats defending that, but they focus almost all their ire on Elon Musk, who's not even officially part of the government. He's unelected. He's got an advisory position, and he doesn't care. You think he cares what Jamie Raskin thinks of? Of course not. And here's Chuck Schumer today on the Senate floor. Here's Chuck. Listen.
If the founding fathers were to be like Doge,
34.95.
in America. It didn't.
$34.95.
They set up debate.
$34.95.
So let me get this straight. His argument is that this is an unaccountable, this Doge thing is unaccountable. It's like a shadow government. They don't answer to anyone, and Congress doesn't have any oversight to it. And that's unconstitutional, and it's improper and inappropriate to have that kind of power in these unnamed, invisible, unaccountable, unelected individuals. Fascinating. You know, Trump should do one of his famous wide open, transparent sort of press conferences, like he did in Los Angeles with the mayor of LA, right, with the fires, or like he did the first time around with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, like bring him in for the photo op, and usually press is asked to leave the room, but instead Trump says, no, you stay here. And then they start talking and debating and arguing, right? He should do that. He should get Chuck Schumer, invite him up to the White House. They're sitting in the Oval Office, sitting by the fire, picture of George Washington, sitting on the sofas, media's there, and Trump should just go, hey, Chuck, I understand you don't like the Doge thing because you think it's like a shadow government. It's unaccountable. It's hiding out, and you don't know who they are, and they've got way too much power, and they're running things in the executive branch without anyone knowing who they are. I'll tell you what, I think you have a point. Chuck, I think you have a point. I think we should do something about it, and I'm going to work with you to try to do something about it. Let's do that. One question, though, first. You got to answer one thing for me first. And then I'll give you everything you want for oversight on Doge. Here's my question. Who ran the White House from January 2021 until January 2025? For the last 4 years, we know it wasn't Joe Biden. Why didn't you care about that shadow government? Why didn't you care about those unnamed people running things? Chuck, are you there, Chuck?
You know, many of you still have kitchen table problems, and a lot of folks are carrying really high credit card balances that charge 20% or more each and every month. It's time to get rid of those. So homeowners, if you've been waiting to figure out how to get your finances in order, you need to call my friends at American Financing today. They are the best. American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you tap into their home's equity to get out of the high interest debt. They're saving their average customer $800 a month by doing this. Saving that kind of money every month should make the decision really easy. All it takes is a 10-minute, no-cost, no-obligation phone call to find out how much you can save. And if you start today, you might even be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. So call them now. Call American Financing, 888-900-1828. 888-900-1828. 1828 or visit AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington. Cumulus Media Station. Making sense of the news. Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. We're learning more about President Trump's plans to shut down the Department of Education. He says he told Education Secretary Linda McMahon,
I hope you do a great job and put yourself out of a job.
He says the U.S. spends more money per student than any other country, but's ranked at the bottom.
What I want to do is let the states run schools.
He says he'd like to be able to do it with an executive order. Controls the RFK campus. The D.C. Council from the federal government to the district. Councilmember Charles Allen says this is the next stage of a major public debate, but it's no secret that a new stadium for the Commanders is the elephant in the room. Traffic and weather.
Weekday 9 to noon. Video. News Talk 5.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Every time I feel my baby, I sing. You don't understand. I never sing. I'm not good at singing. I'm the only person I know who's been booed off a karaoke stage. That was before I was pregnant. Today, I will sing for the captive audience of one. You know how it feels. You're the Marching Dimes. Finding out we don't have money. I've Marching Dimes, baby doll.
Adult at this point in your life, you probably have a lot of questions. Like, what's next? What does my future hold? The thing is, there's no right answer. Only your answer. Your centric, experience, it's all your choice. So what will you choose? As you make choices about the future, the military can be a resource for information helping and fulfilling your This message from the Department of Defense. To learn more, visit today's military.
News Talk 105.9.
Doesn't have to.
Yeah, my. Say, Syrah, Syrah. Whatever will be, will be. The future is ours to see. Say, Syrah, Syrah. Oh, what I'm about to do is gonna set the night on fire. Is Parker gonna hesitate on me? What the fuck? Fucking cocksucker. That's not right. Oh, that's why.
I'm not going to wish you a Merry Christmas. Take on another account because I want to block all your accounts and everything, dickhead. Right? I'm not going to wish you a Merry Christmas. Right, all different things. The reason why you're going to start noticing that is rest of the band. I never going to write.
It's time. Awful.
Ever who this is has been up for a while. There you go, hey cat. There's your rummy boy. I'm going to play this motherfucker.
Abusing women. Oh, little bit. So arrogant. Really like it. For it. That's the It's so arrogant to just think we are the ones that it's so arrogant. You for a little while.
You want a piece of me, Rum? Come on, you fucker. There's a dumb motherfucker right there. Problem, English boy? Bring your girlfriend with you.
Used to nothing getting done, and then the lies that claim that not only are things getting done, but it's the greatest thing ever, and we find out they did nothing for 4 years except make matters worse. Jeannie, what do you want Schumer and Jeffries to call their bill here?
I want it to be designated as a bipartisan bill, and I want it to be called the Quaking in Our Boots bill.
I don't think they'll go for it, but boy, it would be apt because they are scared, Jeannie, and it's beautiful. I love that laugh. All right, tell Harrisburg we said hi, Jeannie. I appreciate it. The great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania that brought it home for our president and for your brand new senator there, Mr. McCormick. All right, how about Chuck, Boston, Massachusetts, also listening on the Sirius XM. That's line 5, gentlemen. Cut line 5 with Chuck. Hey, Chuck, thanks for calling in.
Thank you for my call. Listen, simple thing. First, Elon Musk. Elon Musk didn't create those. That was Donald Trump. Donald Trump just puts the right people in the right position. The smartest, richest person in the world. It's the opposite of a DPI hire. No. Look at Tom.
That's a great point. But Chuck, if I could, you're right. This is obviously Trump's idea, and Trump is doing it, and he's put a great person in place of it. Because Elon Musk, though, is so audacious, and he doesn't care what people think, and he's sort of not trying to play the Washington game. They hate him so much that Trump has been able to use him as kind of the fall guy here. I mean, I don't know. Trump did it on purpose. I have no doubt about it. But they're so angry at Elon because they're still playing this game like, well, Elon's really in charge and Trump just answers to Elon, which is complete crap. But it's amazing that they've done this because now all their anger, all the horrible, but Trump can stand at the White House and celebrate the Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup, and they're all screaming about Elon Musk. It's brilliant, Chuck.
Russia, but first I want to just say that with Elon Musk, the left is going crazy because there's nothing they can do about it, and they don't know how to handle it. It's Trump Ranger syndrome exploding. So anyway, with Russia, I thought, this is what I was thinking, let's go in there and tell Putin, we want you out of Ukraine tomorrow, and if you do, we're going to let you continue to sell your oil, but you'll get 25% and 75% goes to rebuilding Ukraine. If you don't, we're going to slap sanctions on you, we're going to bleed you dry, and when you're out of money, you get nothing in the end. So you can get out tomorrow and end up with 25%, or you can stay in there until you're bled dry of money and you have nothing. That's what I would do.
Very interesting. Hey, Chuck, I think you were heard, and I assure you people in Washington, D.C. heard you too on the mighty WMAL. Thank you for that. God, I love that Boston. What do they used to say? That Boston accent is as thick as chowder. It's beautiful. I'll tell you, it is interesting that Russia, obviously, Trump and his foreign policy team wanted to prioritize Israel, Hamas, and the Middle East. That's why we see the great Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, meeting today as the first foreign leader coming to Washington to meet with our brand new president, newly inaugurated, 47. That's important. And I think that they've decided to prioritize that. One interesting development this week, and I don't know if you saw it, because of course the media, that legacy propaganda media that Trump defeated and rendered irrelevant, as I said in my book, the media doesn't want you to see this, doesn't want you to know it. But Zelensky was lamenting in an interview that his country, his military, his humanitarian agencies in Ukraine only saw like half of the money that the U.S. claims they voted to send to Ukraine. That's what Zelensky was saying this week in an interview. Let's get Elon Musk on that case. Where's that money? How much of that got funneled through USAID? He's lamenting that he didn't get the money that was, by the way, way too much anyway. I think what's going to be fascinating, everyone says, oh, Trump's going to cave to Putin and Trump's going to do this. What's going to be the most fascinating thing, mark my words, about how the Russia-Ukraine thing resolves eventually, is this all going to come from Zelensky. Zelensky is going to be singing a very, very different tune within the next 4 weeks, is my hunch. I think Zelensky is going to proudly accept, if not propose and announce, a deal that he probably could have had 3 weeks after the Russian tanks rolled across the border. And you're going to hear from Mr. Zelensky how he was talked out of taking a deal, how he was talked out of making some kind of ceasefire and détente with Russia, how he was talked into standing firm and waging this war. Well, defending his country, to be more accurate, because Russia, obviously, without a doubt, was the aggressor here. So I shouldn't say wage the war, but engage in this war and drag it out to the level that it has. That's just a hunch, throwing it out there. But the game changer in how Russia and Ukraine get solved eventually, and it's going to be sooner rather than later, it's going to be Zelensky surprising everyone. I love taking your calls, so let's do a little bit more of this. Malco, Teaneck, New Jersey, listening in to the OG WABC. Hey, Malco, thanks for calling in on Larry O'Connor.
Hi, Larry. How are you? Thanks for taking my calls.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say that about Elon Musk, I'm a huge Trump supporter. I'm Israeli and Jewish. I love Trump. But I think that what Trump did is so brilliant. He took Elon Musk. Elon Musk is like a moat, and Trump is the castle.
A great way to put it.
But Elon Musk is the fall guy that cannot fall.
That's right.
I mean, he makes so much money. Who's going to go out and hurt him? You can't hurt him. Okay. Giuliani, they destroyed Giuliani. They went after Paul Manafort about Roger Stone. Elon Musk is like, okay, what? You want me to spend money? Money is nothing to him. He's so powerful. he did, and
He's not worried about his next Washington D.C. job. He's not worried about his next job in the media. He's not worried about the idiots at CNN liking him and saying that he is untouchable. It makes him perfect for doing the job that he's doing. And Trump knew that. And Trump knew that they were going to focus all their anger and desperation at him. You know why? See, listen, Trump is brilliant here, Malco, because he saw it happen when he took over Twitter. When Musk took over Twitter, that's when they turned on him because he dared to support free speech. He dared to allow people to speak their mind, even say things that were, not approved by the Jake Tappers and the George Stephanopoulos of the world. So Trump saw how they went after Musk then and said, oh, I see. So if he takes on this task and I put him in that task, they're going to throw everything at him. They're going to hate him, and that's exactly what's happening. And meanwhile, Trump is kind of Teflon right now. They're not even trying to go after Trump because they know how popular he is, and he's just going to keep getting popular. And he truly is. I know everyone tuned in at the beginning when I said how brilliant, what a Mensa move this is by Trump. But I'm not being hyperbolic. It really is the most brilliant political strategy I've ever seen play out before my very eyes, and they've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker, Malcolm.
Larry, I want to tell you something. That now all the background noises, they used to be loud. It's so like minor. You can barely hear Chuck Schumer, AOC. It's like beep. It's like you can barely hear them. It's like so unimportant and they so irrelevant that it's like it's like amazing to see. I love it. Every day is like Christmas and Hanukkah together.
I love hearing that. Wait, did you say you were Jewish? Did you just said every day is like Christmas Day?
I came here about 25 years ago from Israel, and I'm Jewish. I voted Bush twice. I hated Obama. I voted Trump.
Well, yeah, but I'm not worried about your politics. I'm just confused about your understanding of who the Messiah is if you're quoting Christmas Day. But you know what? We're going to leave it alone because we're all in a good mood here. And I love hearing from you. And thank you for calling into the Mark Levin Show. All right, a little bit more. He just mentioned AOC. You know what that means? It's like Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. You got to hear what AOC said about Elon Musk, because Trump has absolutely driven them even more insane than they were. And what AOC said about Elon, it's one for the books. And you're going to hear it next. I'm Larry O'Connor, in for the great one, Mark Levin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. These days, when it comes to news, the World Wide Web is more like the Wild Wild West.
It makes you want to throw something, doesn't it?
So where can you go to make sense of your world online? Depend on WMAL.com. Get the day's top stories, stream your favorite WMAL shows, access our podcast archives, and more.
Awesome, hilarious, entertaining, educational.
For a local news source you can trust, visit WMAL.com, making sense of your world online.
We're the stronger than we look type. I've had type 1 diabetes since I was 2. The braver than you think type.
To take insulin shots every single day.
The type that will stop at nothing.
No more blood sugar tests.
Absolutely nothing. No more complications. Until type 1 becomes type 9.
Support JDRF's life-changing research, and one day you'll say, I helped turn type 1 into type 9. Join us now at jdrf.org.
What would you give for a child you loved? To make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. You see, wishes are so powerful, and you can make them real. You can give a child back their childhood, even change the way they feel. Every single one of us can make the stars align. Because when we come together, hope and joy will shine. Wishes need stars like you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
While serving in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. They didn't think I was going to make it. I'm Latoya Lucas, and I'm a veteran. I had to learn to live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
EAV helps veterans like Latoya get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year.
My victory is overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Hi, I'm Jamie McMurray, professional race car driver here with cab driver Artie.
Professional cab driver.
Sorry, professional cab driver Artie. Drinking responsibly is knowing your limits. If you are over yours, ask Artie or someone like Artie to get you home safely. To learn more about drinking responsibly, go to beforeyoudrink.org.
So, you think I could take your number 26 Crown Royal race car for a spin?
Did you get out of there?
Be a champion. Drink responsibly. This message has been brought to you by the Century Council.
Making sense of your morning.
Lots of coverage here on that developing story.
O'Connor and Company, weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Larry O'Connor here getting you through your morning.
Making sense of Washington.
Asking some very specific questions, some legitimate questions.
Making sense of the double standard.
Then here's the latest example.
Making sense of the headline.
Let me break it down for you, because there's plenty to break down here.
O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Mornings from 5 to 9. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
A message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passersby are more likely to take a video. There's a better use for your phone when an officer's in trouble. Call 911. Tell the operator where you are and what you see. Then, start your video to provide evidence later. To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit nationalpolice.org. That's nationalpolice.org.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, there are a million reasons to share love.
And I am one of them.
There are a million reasons to share love, but you only need one. To learn how you can share love, visit loveshriners.org.
If you are among the 6 million Americans living with Alzheimer's or care for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia, there is free help and support available 24/7. Visit alz.org or call 800-272-3900.
Are you looking for a voice that truly represents your values? AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, was created to champion the needs of Americans who believe in faith, family, and freedom. Members gain access to incredible member benefits and discounts, including the award-winning AMAC magazine, from exclusive discounts on travel, insurance, everyday services, to a strong voice in Washington. The Association of Mature American Citizens is here to make a difference in your life and in our nation. Anybody at any age can join. In honor of President Trump's first 100 days in office, AMAC is offering an incredible deal. Incredible. Enroll in a 5-year AMAC membership for 47% off. Normally it's $60. Join today. It's $32. Visit amac.us/LEVIN. That's amac.us/Levin. Join today. Take advantage of this special offer. That's amac.us/Levin. Join AMAC and become part of a movement that stands for you, your family, and your future.
Making sense of your world.
There are a lot of things that really tick me off.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Show with given Ukraine $177 billion. More than $100 billion is missing. 9 a.m. on WMAL.
The other beautiful thing about the hatred of Elon Musk, and they hate him. Oh, they're trying to destroy him. It is just, what's the term? A stalking horse. A stalking horse. That's what Trump has done. He set up the perfect stalking horse who is untouchable. They can't hurt him. He doesn't care what they say about him. What are they going to do? He's not going to get a job. He doesn't need a job. He's the richest man on the planet. It's so beautiful. But here's a great thing. My friend Bruce out in Scottsdale, Arizona, reminded me of this. Boy, don't you wish you could text me during breaks? He reminds me of this, and it's an important thing to remember. Democrats used to love Elon Musk. He was their hero because he was going to save the planet because he made electric cars. And those carbon emissions create greenhouse gases, and it kills our planet with global warming or whatever they're calling it. They love him. Gavin Newsom loved him. Andrew Cuomo loved him. Obama loved him because he was a champion of the planet, and now they hate him, and it just shows you that they have no morals, they have no values, they have no principles. AOC used to drive a Tesla, and then she sold her Tesla because she didn't like that Elon Musk bought Twitter. That's how beautiful this is.
This one's friendly. All right, fella, how you doing? If you went there, stock eye, mate, you got comedians. Stuff is on your channel, right? You need to get fucking mate.
I'm gonna deep on this guy. But we can't hear the music. No one likes you anyway. Oh. La 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 la. That he was on Dougie's chat on that one. Michelle Kerrigan. I've been watching you for a little while. I've been watching you for a little while. Now the music doesn't play.
Reiterated that relocating out of conduct. From broad and an internal recommendation to expel him unanimously.
Today is a very sad and solemn day, I know, for all of us. Expulsion is an appropriate sanction in light of the serious violations of the DC Code of Conduct and the Council's Code of Official Conduct.
White supporters felt council should wait until after his criminal trial, but Chair Phil Mendelson noted.
Trust is precious. Trust is critical for an elected government, and we must act. And it begs the question, are we to do nothing?
For now, all members will work to represent White's former Ward 8, Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
The bodies of all 67 victims of last week's crash between a plane and Black Hawk helicopter over the Potomac have been recovered. 66 have been ID'd. Major parts of the plane are still being lifted out of the water tonight and will be taken to a secure location and unloaded tomorrow if the tides and weather allow. Once the entire plane's been removed, attention will shift to the helicopter wreckage. The latest from the NTSB tonight is that flight tracking data shows the helicopter was at about 300 feet at the time of the crash. The agency won't be able to get other necessary information.
I've only just begun. This is just a start. This ain't shit. Drawing you right in here, isn't it? There, pig and runt. I know who you are. Over there simping for that fucking Alpesh Patel. Fucking can't even do a push-up. Yeah, there's your fucking golden ticket right there, pal. You don't want me playing your friend, Rum? I knew you guys are friends, huh? You want to see another one?
Hey, dog. The old man. Fucking nasty. Gone into it. Just like the but slightly, not that I need to explain myself to any strangers on YouTube. Well, I'm just he goes, nutty old man. Fucking nasty. I don't need to explain myself. I fucking never done this all every day. Well,
There it is.
I need to explain myself to anybody on YouTube. Well, honestly, hey, no, oh man, I'm gonna be back to you. No, well, I need to I'm taping on my fucking evidence, alright?
Always a pleasure and an honor to sit and if you don't know what your morning show is on the station, I'm sure it's fine. But if you're in search, if you're traveling, if you're looking, go to WMAL.com. We've got a great morning show, 5 to 9 a.m. My co-hosts, Julie Gunlock and Patrice Hanwuka, they're both with Independent Women's Forum. That's the group that just, I think today they had the signing, the executive order protecting women's sports. That was spearheaded by Independent Women's Forum, sure that men can't, it's a more simple idea, isn't it? Both of them, and also Mercedes Schlapp of CPAC fame, of course, and you see her on Newsmax all the time. Mercedes Schlapp also guest host with me on Thursdays. So check it out. It's a great show, and you can get our podcast, or you can listen live 5 to 9 a.m. on WMAL in your nation's capital. We're going to talk about New Jersey. You know, New Jersey has an election for governor coming up this fall. All bets are off in New Jersey. You know, the needle moved quite a bit this last time around with regard to Republican voters in the state of New Jersey, coming out for MAGA, coming up for Maha, coming up for Donald Trump, coming out against the Democrats. Democrats are now one of a nadir of their popularity that I can remember. You got to go back to Jimmy Carter, I think, to remember when Democrats were this unpopular in this country, and they're not doing anything to help themselves. And so we got to focus on New Jersey because you got a governor there. His name is Phil Murphy. I would love to hear from anyone listening there in New Jersey, whether you're listening on WABC in New York, or I guess in South Jersey, you could be listening on the Philadelphia station. My buddy Chris DeGaulle does the morning there on the Salem to the Answer out of Philadelphia, wherever you're listening in New Jersey, Sirius XM. I'd love to hear from you at 877-381-3811. Is it time for a Republican governor in the great Garden State? Hey, have you heard what Phil Murphy's doing? Now listen, I don't want to say that Phil Murphy is harboring an illegal immigrant woman in his home. That would be outrageous. I wouldn't want to say that because I don't need to. Phil Murphy said it himself. See, Phil Murphy, I guess, thinks he's going to be president. I've heard people say that he's he's on the short list to be the nominee in 2028. Oh, please, please. I want it to be a battle royale between Phil Murphy and Tim Walz for who gets to represent the Democrats against the Republican nominee. So he's looking at the landscape here, and Phil Murphy decides that he's got to get an edge against the competition, right? Who's the competition? Well, we already know Tampon Tim has an inside track there. But then you got Gavin Newsom in California. You got Jabba the Hutt Pritzker. It is Jabba, right? That's what the JB and JB Pritzker stand for. It's Jabba. The resemblance is uncanny. And then you got the Wicked Witch of the North, Gretchen Whitmer, there in my Wolverine state of Michigan. And what do Newsom and Jabba and Whitmer have all in common? Well, they've all been really outspoken, pushing back against the Trump administration's policies of enforcing the law on immigration. Let's be clear here. They're not coming up with anything new here. They're not, no offense to President Trump. I love the guy. No offense to Tom Homan, your border czar, or Kristi Noem, Secretary of Homeland Security. Okay, they're doing a great job, but there's nothing innovative here. They haven't come up with some fancy new idea. you realize that they're merely enforcing existing law. I know it looks weird because you're not used to seeing it. The executive orders, all the executive orders did was rescind what Biden had said. They're enforcing the law. I guess the innovation maybe is remain in Mexico. But all the other stuff, ending catch and release, that's the law. Catch and release isn't an actual thing. No one in Congress passed a catch and release policy. Enforce the border. If you're found here illegally, if you broke the law, you're sent home. If you're consorting with a felon who's in the country illegally, you're up for deportation too. If a judge gives a deportation order, you're sent home. Period. End of discussion. That's the law. It's been the law for decades. So Whitmer and Java and Governor Hairgel out there in California, they hate the fact that Donald Trump is enforcing the law. So they set up these sanctuaries, right? Sanctuary state, sanctuary city, sanctuary county, over my dead body. I'll protect these people. We won't cooperate. And of course, Homan don't care. Homan is the honey badger of the federal government. Homan's going wherever he wants, and he's utilizing local law enforcement. And if the local law enforcement is ordered by their governors or their mayors to not cooperate, then he's just going and getting the bad guys anyway. And we've already deported thousands back to their home countries. And the president of Colombia mistakenly, stupidly, not going to accept these flights. And the next thing you know, the president of Colombia is now sending his own private plane to pick these people up. I love that move. That kind of got lost in the shuffle there. Other countries are more willing. And this is my favorite. If a country accepts,
I made ACAT leave Vegas. I do it all the time. She'll quit posting.
Immigration laws, they don't want them back. The president.
Now I'm using rum. That's really getting underneath her skin.
Has announced that he will accept them.
How about an ACAT?
The prisons in El Salvador under President Bukele. It's enough to make MS-13 cry. Every single member of MS-13 that's been thrown into the Salvadoran jails, they're all transgender. They're all suddenly identifying as Maria. No, please, send me to the women's prison, please. I'm trans, I promise. Yeah, El Salvador, that ain't flying anyway. So Bukele says, after meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, he says, yeah, if the countries don't take these guys, we'll take them. We'll be happy to take them. And it will not go well. What was the old line there? You ever been in a Turkish prison? Trust me, Turkish prison is like a Turkish spa compared to the Salvadoran prisons. All right, so that's what Trump's doing with his Homeland Security Secretary, Noam, and his border czar, Homan. And so Hairgel, Java, and Whitmer there in Michigan, they say, oh, hell no, over my dead body. And now here's poor Phil Murphy, your New Jersey governor. He's like, how am I going to get an edge here? People have to notice me. Look at me, everybody, look at me. So Murphy has a brilliant idea. He decides it's some, public forum thing where Democrats are wringing their hands about what they're going to do about Trump enforcing the law. He claims it's not enough for him to declare New Jersey a sanctuary state. It's not enough for him to promise to protect illegal immigrants. It's not enough for him to push back against Homan and Noam and Trump. No, he's decided, hell, sanctuary state, that's small potatoes. My home is a sanctuary for an illegal immigrant. He says, I'm quoting him here, I don't want to get into
skies are completely clear,
in our broader
and I can clearly see. Well, I don't know what planet it is, but there's a planet shining nice and bright.
And we said, you know what? Let's let her live in our house above our garage. That's what he said on Saturday.
See me go.
I love that.
I'm looking out the window, like Wiggin looking at his TV.
Let her live in our house above the garage. The servants' quarters. I have this image of Gavin Newsom calling Phil Murphy up, saying, hey, Phil, most of us just refer to that illegal immigrant living in the flat above the garage as the help. But you do you, brother. Whatever floats your boat. So the illegal immigrant living in the servants' quarters above the garage, and she wears a really nice black and white outfit all day long with a feather duster. Her husband is great at mowing the lawn. Oh, it's not a good thing. So he makes this big show and this big statement, and he's grandstanding, and he breaks his arm, patting himself on the back about all the virtue he has to actually harbor an illegal immigrant in his home, he claims. So Tom Homan's on Fox last night with Sean Hannity. This is cut 11, gentlemen, if you could. Here's Tom Homan hearing about the governor of New Jersey aiding and abetting and harboring a criminal in his home. Watch.
New Jersey's governor, that's Phil Murphy, he said on tape that he had an illegal migrant living in his home. He's since walked that back. But he did try to challenge the administration. So I'm waiting for the feds to come after her. This is the illegal living in his house. Now, okay, he's walked it back. What do you say to that kind of thing from the governor of a state?
It's ridiculous. Look, look at for it. Bottom line, you can put it on there, we'll look into it. But if he's knowingly harboring, concealing an illegal alien from life, that is a felony. And we will seek prosecution. Remember, they've said the last 4 years, no one's above the law. We're either seek. So maybe he's bluffing, maybe he's testing us, but I wouldn't test this administration. We're taking it seriously. And anybody that knowingly impedes us, anybody that knowingly harbors and conceals an illegal alien is in violation of Title 8, United States Code 1324. We will seek prosecution.
Forgive me, that's obviously my buddy Stuart Burney on Fox Business, not Sean Hannity. I know he appeared on Hannity as well. So there you go. We're looking into it. And I love that he cites the federal code too. Title 8 U.S. Code 1324. We will seek prosecution. It's so beautiful. And so then, okay, so here's the favorite part of the story. All right. Because now Phil Murphy suddenly is facing federal prosecution for aiding and abetting and harboring a fugitive from justice. So the staff has to clean this up, right? The staff has to clean it up. And they have to give a comment to the media because Murphy ain't talking, right? He's hiding. So the comms people, whoever's working still for Phil Murphy, they get the call from the press saying, did the governor say that he's harboring an illegal immigrant in his home? And the federal government's now investigating it. Can you give us more information about this? And it's at this moment when a political staffer in Trenton, New Jersey, working for Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey, has to come up with the best possible solution for damage control against their principal, against their boss, the governor. They have to come up with the best strategy to fix this problem. And what do they come up with? What's the least damaging answer they can give? Oh, he was just full of crap. He was lying. He doesn't have it. No, that was all bull. I'll tell you, I swear to God, that's what they said. I mean, not in so many words, but I'll tell you the details in just a minute. It's beautiful. They're just absolutely falling apart. New Jersey, what are you doing there with this governor? It's Larry O'Connor sitting in for Mark Levin.
What? News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Hi, I'm George, an economics major at Hillsdale College. Here's Hillsdale President Dr. Larry Arnn with the Constitution Minute.
The Declaration of Independence is more than a bold letter to a British king written by upstart colonists, although it very much is that. The Declaration explains the promise of America, that all men and women are born equal in their possession of natural rights, and that the proper exercise of these rights can lead to a full and deeply satisfying life. Just as the Declaration explains America's promise, the Constitution upholds that promise. Its purpose is to protect the rights of all of us, our natural rights. This establishes the possibility, not the guarantee, that we can have a good life. This is true freedom.
To learn more and get a free pocket constitution, visit constitutionminute.com.
This Constitution Minute was furnished by Hillsdale College.
Attention taxpayers, the IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Hi, I'm James Murray, professional race car driver here with cab driver Artie. Professional cab driver. Sorry, professional cab driver Artie. Drinking responsibly is knowing your limits. If you are over yours, ask Artie or someone like Artie to get you home safely. To learn more about drinking responsibly, go to beforeyoudrink.org. So, you think I could take your number 26 Crown Royal Race Car for a spin? Did you get out of there?
Be a champion. Drink responsibly. This message has been brought to you by the Century Council.
Your phone has a lot of apps, but how many of them help you make sense of your world? The new WMAL app gives you the latest headline, perspective from the voices you trust, and weather info to keep you in the know, all without having to remember yet another password.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Read your favorite shows, get the day's top headlines, and access our podcast archive, all with the new WMAL app.
Thank you.
Get the WMAL app today on Google Play or the Apple App Store and stay connected. Making sense of your morning.
Lots of coverage here on that developing story.
O'Connor and Company, weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Larry O'Connor here getting you through your morning.
Making sense of Washington.
Asking some very specific questions, some legitimate questions.
Making sense of the double standard.
Then here's the latest example.
Making sense of the headline.
Let me break it down for you because there's plenty to break down here.
O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Mornings from 5 to 9. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Attention taxpayers, the IRS is intensifying collections in 2025. If you owe $10,000 or more or have unfiled tax returns, it's time to take action. Tax Network USA's experienced lawyers have saved clients over $1 billion. They're ready to negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Don't risk wage garnishment, property seizure, or losing your home. Call 1-800-278-9000 today. Get the help you need at 1-800-278-9000 or visit tnusa.com.
In today's digital age, where cyber threats loom larger than ever, safeguarding your personal information is paramount. So why is Congress considering a law that could put your credit card data at greater risk of being hacked and exposed to foreign networks? This Durbin-Marshall credit card bill could jeopardize your financial data, make it more susceptible to cyber intrusions. It's a controversial bill that proposes a shift in billions of dollars worth of consumer transactions to payment networks that lack the robust security measures consumers rely on. Who could possibly want that? Well, the answer? Woke corporate megastores seeking to inflate their multi-billion-dollar profit margins. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill will undermine our safe and convenient payment systems and endanger your data security. It's time to take a stand. Visit electronicpaymentscoalition.org. Make your voice heard. Tell your senators to oppose the radical Durbin-Marshall credit card bill, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with everything you're saying.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I feel great for what's going on.
Making sense of the news. Today, each morning, O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
I'm Larry O'Connor, and I'm sitting in for the Great One Park with us today. Honestly, I'm having way too much fun with New Jersey, the Garden State. I always thought it was the rest stop state. Anyone who drives on the turnpike just to get to New York or anywhere other than New Jersey, you know what I'm talking about. Great rest stops, honestly. But no, apparently it's the Garden State. Good for you. And we're all on board with flipping that governor's seat this year, defying all the odds and making it Republican again, because your current governor, Phil Murphy, he's trying to pose, posture, virtue signal, outdo his counterparts there by saying, forget about sanctuary state, sanctuary city. I got a sanctuary home. I got an illegal immigrant living in my house above my garage, in the servants' quarters.
We like to refer to her as the help. She keeps to herself, does her job, keeps her head down. We love exploiting illegal immigrants in our state. Wait, I've said too much. So then Tom Homan, border czar, says, okay, if he's doing that, he's violating federal law. We're going to investigate. Not only we're going to apprehend this illegal immigrant, but we're going to press charges against the governor. So now you're the political strategist, you're the comms people, you're the chief of staff, you're the handler for Phil Murphy, and you start getting these calls from the media. New York Post is calling saying, could you please shed some light on this? What's going on with the illegal immigrant living in the governor's house above the garage? Their answer, oh, he was lying. Here's the New York Post. Here's the New York Post. I'm going to quote it. I'll read it directly to you. According to the New York Post, Murphy was just referring to a legal resident who is in his circle of friends and was worried about President Trump's return to the White House, the governor's rep said. Quote, no one's ever lived in the home under those circumstances that the governor described, the representative insisted. The rep did not explain why Murphy, who lives with his family in a mansion in Middletown, New Jersey, would dare the Trump administration to go after the woman at his home if she wasn't there. Oh, whoever wrote this at the New York Post must have been having such a good time. No. No one's ever, not only is there not an illegal immigrant living in the garage the home over the garage of
I was Ted Nugent.
This is the state of the Democratic Party right now, and especially in a place like New Jersey, where they feel MAGA breathing down their necks right now, based on the last election. That they are so desperate for attention, they're so desperate for press, they're so desperate to be seen as being part of the resistance and doing something to push back on Trump and the ICE stormtroopers, that your governor thought it was a good idea to lie about harboring a fugitive and violator of immigration law in his own home. He thought that was a good thing to do. So your governor is either a felon or he's a liar. Either way, what are you going to do? It's New Jersey. 877-381-3811. I want to hear from you. It's Larry O'Connor in for the Great One Mark Repair.
When I first learned about the basics of estate planning, it was driven home to me the importance of protecting my family. We all know about creating a will or building a trust, but what people don't know about are how documents can be misconstrued if not properly done. You don't want to leave your assets vulnerable to the decision. That's why
It's fucking funny.
Code Mark, you'll get 10% off at trustandwill.com. Mark,
Trust and Will is an online estate planning service and is not an offer. See trustandwill.com for details.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries. And when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and even.
In Virginia, southbound 95 in Springfield, traffic is jammed up from the Franconia Springfield Parkway 619. On the Beltway in McLean, outer loop Atkinson, and 3 left lanes are blocked right at the GW Parkway. Traffic is crawling from 270 spur.
On the outlook development by Xander, you can find it jammed up between Van Dorn Street and the Wilson Bridge. In a loop of the Beltway, McLean is slow from Georgetown Pike to the 270 spur. And in Bethesda, on the inner loop of the Beltway, that's stop and go between Old Georgetown Road to George Avenue. And now for Garage Door Repair.com, I'm giving you a storm on some forecast.
Tonight becoming cloudy, lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, cloudy with wintry mix by evening, highs in the upper 30s.
Mic drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ridley. It's wrong. Any single time you left the wire, you could lose 4 hours. It's unfiltered. Taking a hit, chin, pay it back. It's tough talk from the top minds in their field. I choose to do our duty as military fighting. No, I would decision without question. Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
A colleague of mine recently wrote a story about one simple change she made regarding her social media use that ended up making a big difference on her mood. What was it? Giving up the morning scroll. Instead, she no longer lets herself open any apps until she gets back from a walk with her dog. The sense of dread she said she used to wake up with every day is gone. Turns out that engaging in something in the real world rather than virtual and feeling like you have power over your decisions can make a big difference. That's according to a psychologist I spoke to about this. It front loads you with positive emotions, which can translate into increased resilience, productivity, willingness to try new things. It also kind of makes you a lot easier to count. Also, instead of your phone, try letting natural light be the first light you see. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Are you ready for football?
Let's go.
Truly ready for football. Yes, are you screaming for football? What the hell is happening? Screaming. Good times. Eating, sleeping, crafting, parenting, naming your pets, and preparing for football.
That sort of stuff happens.
Are you dancing, jonesing, Mahomesing for football? That's what I'm looking forward to. Good. Then you are ready for football. With the Rich Eisen Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
As a young adult at this point in your life, you probably have a lot of questions. Like, what's next? What does my future hold? The thing is, there's no right answer, only your answer. Your friendships, experiences, and purpose. It's all your choice. So what will you choose? As we make choices about the future, the military can be a resource for information that can help bring a fulfilling path into focus. Public service message from the Department of Defense. To learn more, visit today'smilitary.com.
This is my new best friend, Esther. She might look like any normal, playful puppy, but Esther's being raised to become a canine companion for independent assistance dog for a person with a disability. To get there, she needs lots of love and care and attention, plenty of exercise, and good eating habits so that she can live a long and healthy life for her future family. Visit tci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK. Raise a puppy, change a life. You can make a world of difference in the life of a person with a disability.
Award-winning series from Imperative Entertainment, In the Red Play.
Before it's all said and done, more than 50 people would be dead at the hands of one man alone. The most notorious man you've never heard of.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Every time I feel my baby kick, I sing. You don't understand. I never sing. I'm not good at singing. I'm the only person I know who's been booed off a karaoke stage. But that was before I was pregnant. Today, I'm a singer. With a captive audience of one. She doesn't boo me. She never will. We know how it feels. We're the March of Dimes. Find out how we can help you have a healthier baby at marchofdimesbaby.org.
Making sense of your world. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Out there making sense of the news.
Larry O'Connor sitting in for the great one part of the bit. I really am having way too much fun here with New Jersey's Democrat Bill Murphy, who decided to either lie about harboring a fugitive in the home above his garage, or either lied about it or he's actually doing it. Either way, you have a problem, New Jersey. You might want to fix that. And I do want to hear from you about how that fix is going to happen. Can New Jersey flip? What's the next blue state to go red? 877-381-3811. Can it be New Jersey? And let's not forget, 4 years ago, this year, Virginia. So Virginia and New Jersey both have their governor's races in the year after a presidential election. It's an anomaly. And it was 4 years ago when the great Glenn Youngkin, Republican, won, and he swept the Commonwealth of Virginia with his Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, who's now running for governor. And of course, the great Attorney General there, Jason Yaris. So Republican. That was the beginning of events. That was the beginning of this red wave that we've seen. That's what you could be next. What do you think? Dave said it's on 3811. By the way, it's funny. Did you not? Every time the found, I mentioned in the last hour. I wrote my first book. It's called Shameless Liars, How Trump Defeated the Legacy Media and Made Them Irrelevant. It's all about the 2024 election, about the egregious lies the media engaged in, how George Stephanopoulos lied about Donald Trump and then lost a $15 million defamation suit. Well, technically, they settled for $15 million. It's the perfect example of how Trump fought and won and changed political media going forward forever.
All right.
And I mentioned in the last
Company just pulled in my driveway.
And the audiobook is supposed to be available.
I might be back in an hour or so.
I literally just
I gotta go. Yeah, company.
That the audiobook is now live and available. So if you like the idea of that book, if you like